Greetings, Dr. Dominique Reese here, and I want to talk to you today about your money operating system. So, it has become very important to me as a financial coach and strategist to help people understand why, one, knowing better does not mean doing better. Let me tell you. I've known a lot about money for a very long time, and I have not always done the right things. So it would make you ask, well, how is it that you know so much, but you don't do better? Well, there is a reason for that. And part of that reason is due to your money operating system. So I want you to think about your financial mindset like a computer, okay? Computers vary, right? Different brands, different speeds, different storage capacity, different features, all of that, right? Different types of computers, but for the most part, a computer is a device that has a hardware and you can, or a motherboard, right? And that's the hardware, and you can download things to it. When you download things to your computer, they are files that live in the computer, right? And you go to those files when you're ready to use them. Your mind works the exact same way with everything in life, particularly your money. So I want to bring your focus from everything to your money file, your money downloads, your money operating system. Now, here's the deal. You must remember, and this is where I think a lot of us go wrong, unfortunately, but this is why we have to unlearn the things that we have learned by default. So, computers, laptops, they come with software that is already downloaded before, like when you purchase, right? When you make the purchase, there's things already on there that you may have asked for, that you may not have asked for, and they're taking up space, and they are operating in the background. Your money mind, your money operating system is the exact same. So you were born with certain money mindsets already downloaded into you. That is a part of your money operating system. And those things that were downloaded at birth are there, running in the background. And every time you go to that file, that money file, that financial file, and you need to make a decision, you need to make a purchase, you need to think about something, you go to that file in your money operating system and you open it, and whatever is there is what you'll use to help you make a decision about whatever it is that's financially related. Okay? Hope you're following me so far, because when you understand this concept, not only will the light bulb go on, you will also understand how to begin to shift into the mindsets that serve you, how to undownload and re-download things that don't serve you and things that do serve you. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you grew up in a household where you didn't talk much about money. And when you did, it was about spending the things that you want or desire, maybe how rich people have all the money, how you don't have enough. But the management of money and healthy conversations around money were not in your household. Instead, you talked more casually about it. You talked about spending it, and that was it. Maybe you didn't even see your parents pay bills. You knew they got paid, but maybe you didn't see them pay bills. Let's also think about the experiences. So maybe you've experienced moments where you saw your parents or guardians or caretakers arguing about money, or when they did have discussions about it, they were heated or dysfunctional, or just maybe absent, right? Didn't see those conversations. Those are very important observations. It's very important that we as individuals learn our history with money, understand what's been downloaded by default, because those things are still operating in your system. So if you're curious as to why you're not as good with money, even though you really want to be, right? You have a desire to be. You may even buy all the books. You may even know a lot, but behaviorally, you just cannot seem to pull it together and do things that serve you consistently. This is why, because you have downloaded softwares, downloaded mindsets, downloaded behaviors that are operating in your system in the background. And in order for you to get a different result or outcome, you're going to have to uninstall those softwares, behaviors, mindsets that were downloaded, which could be the conditioning over time, right? Just growing up in the household. You didn't ask for certain mindsets. You didn't ask to see your people argue about money. You didn't ask to not see people talk about money. You didn't ask for people to pay bills and not share the process with you. Like, you didn't raise your hand for that, right? You just grew up, and what you saw, what you didn't see, but you can't know what you don't know, right? Until you don't know it. And then you know what you don't know. So this is what this whole thing is about. This conversation I'm having with you is for you to realize that when you hear people out here talking about mindsets and shifting your mindset and changing your mindset, it gets deep. And it really does go back to childhood. It really does go back to what you grew up being conditioned to see, hear, and experience. That is how we formulate our behaviors, based on what we see, based on what we hear, and based on what we experience. So if you see your folks going to the bank depositing money, if you see your folks talking and negotiating with creditors, if you see your folks sitting down and budgeting, if you see your folks contributing to an investment account, if you see your folks managing their credit properly, only using credit cards at a certain time and then paying them off, that is part of what is instilled in you. That is part of what is going to be downloaded in you by default, just like the computers already come with certain softwares downloaded on them. Whether you ask for them or not, they come with it. That is the same thing for our financial lives. If you hear your folks talking negatively about money, right? And we're not even talking about like things that are egregious. We're just saying things that are casual, so casual, but powerful, because they are downloading, they are conditioning you to believe these things that will then show up in your behavior and show up in your responses. So, for example, money don't grow on trees, right? Can I have some money for ice cream truck? I ain't got no money. Money don't grow on trees, right? Simple, casual, non-threatening, or so we think. But then you become so conditioned to hear that you no longer believe that money is abundant. And frankly, money kind of does grow on trees because it's made out of paper, and paper is made out of trees. You get where I'm going here? So as frivolous as it may sound, money actually does grow on trees. And when you believe that it doesn't, it then translates into a limiting mindset that there is not enough money to go around, which then may translate into a behavior of you like not saving, right? You may not save because you have a limiting belief about money. So maybe when you get it, you feel like you have to spend it. And you may not even feel this way, but you will find a way subconsciously to spend all of it because of a limiting or negative belief that you have about it that has been downloaded in your conditioning, right, over time, in your money operating system. And so these are the things that we've got to dig deep and dissect. And then once you are aware of it, you can simply begin to unlearn it, uninstall it. The first step to do that is simply the awareness, right? I have a mindset or a behavior in my financial life that's not serving me. I don't like the fact that I can't save consistently. I don't like the fact that I dip into my savings. I don't like the fact that I max out my credit cards, pay it all down, and then max them out again. These are behaviors that are fixable. They start with the uninstall. They start with undownloading them. They start with recognizing that it's a mind thing first. And once you can get the mindset right, then your behaviors will follow. All right. So this is so critically important for a lot of us, especially women, because we are breadwinners out here. We are managing finances of the household, maybe even several households. A lot of us are in positions where we are managing our children, ourselves, and our parents. We may be managing nieces and nephews, cousins. You're managing a lot. And management is everything, especially when it comes to your money. So this is why I've been promoting Master My Money, 16 Steps to Solve Your Money Problems and Create a Foundation for Financial Freedom, because it's filled with solutions and strategies that help you uninstall, that help you undownload the conditioning that we all have gone through over an extended period of time. And now as adults in our 30s, in our 40s, in our 50s, we're finding that certain things just ain't working. And it ain't like we don't know, right? We know better. You may not know all the details, you may not have all the solutions, but you know better. And for some reason, you can't figure out why knowing better isn't translating into doing better and then doing better consistently. This is why. Because you have money mindsets in your money operating system that are running in the background, controlling your subconscious thoughts, which then control the behaviors you adopt or don't adopt, which then translates into the outcomes you get. So with this book as a tool, you'll learn strategies that are like, oh, okay, I can train myself. Here we go with the training, the conditioning, to take on this behavior because I believe in budgeting. I may not do it, but you're not doing it because the belief isn't there. So first, let's get the belief. Let's understand what we think about money. We know we want it. We know we want to get it. So ultimately, We have mindsets about it. Identify your mindset. Understand if it's negative or positive, limiting or motivating. And then understand what you want it to be. How do you want to think about it? Do you want to save something over nothing? Or do you want to keep saying, I don't make enough to save right now? When I make enough, then I'll do this. Those if-then statements, those when I do this, then I'll do that. If this happens, then I'll do that. Once this shows up or happens, then I'll do that. Those are negative and limiting. So if you find yourself saying, oh, I'll work with Dr. Dominique once I get my money in order, right? Again, that's like saying, oh, I'll work on my diet and get my health in order and lose weight as soon as I lose 15 pounds. What? Where they do that at? How you go lose it? Like, wait, so what are you gonna do? Nothing. Because if losing the weight and getting your diet in order is dependent upon losing 15 pounds, 10 pounds first, so we got to wait for that to happen in order for us to get the diet in order. So you telling me you can't work with me right now until you get your money in order. Okay, so when are you going to get your money in order? When are you going to make more? When are you going to save more? When is that going to happen? When is the win going to happen? And I ain't talking about the WIN, although I guess I am talking about the WIN because it would be a win if the win happened, right? I'm talking about the WHEN. So when is your win going to happen so that the then can happen? It don't work like that. That's another mind trick. And then it translates into an excuse. So guess what? It never happens, or it takes a long time if it ever happens. And very few people actually come back around and work with me after they've said something like that. I want to say, and I'm not exaggerating, possibly 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100 actually come back around when they say, I got to get this in order first, and then I'll come work with you. About 1 in every 100. So if you're that person who's like, I've been saying I'm going to get this in order, when are you going to get it in order? And if you haven't got it in order by now, it's because there is some limiting mindset that is operating. So every time you engage your money, your mind goes to that download file, it opens the financial file, and then it's like, okay, what's here? Okay, that's what I'm gonna use to make this decision. Okay, but where did that come from? Did you put that there? Did you say that was what you wanted to be in your operating system? Because if not, okay, you could take that, but look at how it translates. Look at how that mindset is playing itself out, right? Yeah, your bills might be paid on time. You might be, out here doing things comfortably, but that ain't it. I'm sorry. Comfortable ain't it. How much is comfortable? What does that number look like? Tell me. And if you are comfortable and you find yourself still having wants and desires, then that ain't it. It's time for the next level. It's time for your upgrade, right? So when your computer is going slow and it's no longer going at the speed you want, you're no longer getting the results you want when it's just loading and loading and loading and loading, right? Taking a while. Guess what you do? You start cleaning things out. You start purging. You start getting rid of old files. You start deleting things you no longer need. And guess what happens? It starts to speed up a little bit. You may even buy an upgrade software. Your financial life is no different. You need a financial upgrade. And everything in divine order for you, it's that season. It's the season of the financial upgrade, especially if you're part of my village. So you need to not waste another day and take the smallest action you can and cop that book, because that book is going to help you with the strategies and the solutions. That's it right there. You may not even want to do it. Your mind might not have caught up yet, but the behavior, just take the action so you could get to the behavior and start training yourself to do the things that are going to help you manage what you have so that you can have more and we can get out of being comfortable. And I don't care how much income you have, because I have worked with clients that have 6-figure income and nothing to show for it. And guess what? They're comfortable based on their income, but their financial life is a mess. They have gaps in their foundation. They're not covered in all of the areas that they need to be. And frankly, they're not investing right. They don't have the proper mindsets just yet to do things easy, to have strategy in place. They don't have those things. So things might be coming hard. Things might come and then leave quickly. Like, they're not solid. Just because you make 6 figures doesn't mean you killing it in this money game. It's about management, and you need to manage the 8 core areas of your financial foundation. And those areas are in the Mastermind Money book. It is the best $20 you will ever spend, okay? And again, I don't care if all you've got right now is $21. Take 20, buy the book, and use it to manage that $1, and your life will be changed right then and there, because it doesn't take time, it just takes commitment. Commitment is driven by a decision. So what one decision will you make today to improve your money operating system? That's my challenge. All right. I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment, share some thoughts. And if you're ready for the financial upgrade, go ahead and schedule some time with me. It's a freaking conversation, right? I'm not going to force you to work with me. I can't. And everybody ain't a good fit. I want to work with people who are ready. I want to work with people who can't go another day living the financial life they're living because they know it's not good for them. And if they got children, we out here, everybody talking the buzzwords, generational wealth, multiple streams of income. Let me tell you, multiple streams of income can keep you broke, especially if you're not already managing what you have. So now you got more money coming in, you go manage it like you've been managing the money you've had. And it's going to go out just as quickly as it's coming in. And then this whole idea of generational wealth, well, how are you building the wealth? Are you managing it? And it's not always about the money. What strategies are you sharing with those who you are leaving the legacy for? Let me tell you, this money game is about work, man. Secure the bag all day. But if you're not managing the bag, there's your money play. All right, Dr. Dominique, I look forward to receiving your appointment for your free discovery session. I look forward to receiving your email saying you purchased that book, and I'm go sign it directly to you. Shipping is on me. And read the book. Don't buy this book if you're not going to read it. I'm serious. I don't want the sale that bad. I want the sale from those who are going to read it and then be able to share it with someone they care about, so we could be leveling up together. Because this upgrade, I'm telling you, it is necessary before 2022. All right. All right, folks. Have a beautiful day. Peace.